Whew. Wow. Welcome to North Carolina again, where I was out there getting warm this morning with the sun, and now it's freezing. But you know what's crazy, dude? The mosquitoes. You know, I live right here in the edge of, well, the river's right down there, but that's swampy, and you know, those mosquitoes, boy, they're serious. You know, so I wound up getting this hood, got my coat because it got cold. And well, I'll go ahead and put my hoodie up to keep the stinking mosquitoes from trying to get warm around ears or whatever. So, you know, I might have to throw it back up on there again. You know, I had so many, I have so many things and so many experiences, you know, of talking to people that are going through various real difficulties, man. And yeah, I've been through some stuff, but boy, when you talk to people and you hear what they're going through, and you know what, I hear it, you know, buddy, because I mean, I'm very sensitive, you know, empathetic, very, 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 you know, so I hear it. And sometimes, you know, just dealing with those things, you know, have a tendency to kind of get me down. It's sad. I mean, it's really sad, and I know being sad don't help, but you know, I think it's about a halfway natural reaction, you know, for us. And boy, I struggle, you know, sometimes. Although, man, it makes me feel so good, you know, to be able to help somebody a little bit that's going through something similar to what I've been through, you know, because many things, no way in the world you can understand them until you're there. And that's what I was talking to my friend earlier, and been a friend for a long time. Hadn't seen her in a long time, but at the same time, you know, the connection is still there, you know, the friendship and the mutual friends and that sort of thing is still there. And you know, honestly, sometimes I get feeling sorry for myself, you know, and think you know, you too, we probably get feeling like we're the only person in the world ever been through this stuff. But man, this young lady, she was married, great husband. I love the guy, you know, and as a matter of fact, I think he worked for me at one time. And he passed away some years ago, and then I never really heard from her again much, you know. I'm not over in that part of the state much, so I never heard from her much. But about a year or so ago, maybe, you know, I got a friend request, and I started following her on, and say following, whatever you do, you know, I'd see her post on Facebook. And from her post, you know, I could tell, you know, she put her life back together after her husband. And when I say back together, when a mate dies, you know, the life is shambled for a while, you know. And she had recovered, I guess is the best way to say it, and had remarried and had a son. And you know, I could tell from her post, you know, recently that her husband's health was struggling, you know. And but I could also see her post a lot about her son, and I think that kept her in the sunshine, you know, a little bit. But I think it was last weekend, maybe. Her son died. I don't know what happened really. I don't know if it was an accident or who knows, you know. But he died, and I'm sure when I saw it, man, oh my God, boy, it hurt me, you know, it really hurt me. It took me back too, you know, because when I start thinking about them, obviously I think about every friend I had up there at some point in time before I get through with the memory. And so I was sad, you know, prayed for her. Well, a couple of days later, her husband died. crushed me, and I've never met her husband, but it hurt me for them. You know, it just broke my heart. But you know what? I hadn't been around, and, you know, they don't know me. I didn't have any obligation to, you know, although I would have, you know, gladly tried to help if I could. You know, it was just one of those things that were really sad. And now we're just going to try to, wow, that ain't all that big. We'll find some stuff, man, out here today. Woof. Wonder what's up. I did a joke. But anyway, I made up my mind that I was going to message her, you know. But boy, that's a heavy. How do you approach it? How do you approach that? You know, what do you say? What can you possibly say that'll make it feel any better? You know, I could write a message, you know, that stretched a mile long, you know, for her to read, and that message is not going to change, you know, her agony much. You know, it might add to it. Haven't read a message that long, you know. And so, you know, I was just, there's no way that I could call her because I'm so sensitive. Man, I can't even start the conversation hardly without crying. Can't you believe that? I've never been a crier. Never. Matter of fact, I refuse to cry. My daddy beat me. No, I'm not going to cry. Now, I find sooner or later, you know, I can cry. I couldn't get no tears to come out. I could put some spit up there on my eyes and make him think I was crying, though, but I was really angry. But anyway, I was thinking about it. I was listening to some music and had a couple of other little issues on my mind that were, you know, kind of bothered me a little bit, and decisions and this sort of thing. And so, you know, I pulled it up and really started writing a message, and I couldn't. And that old voice inside, you know, it's my voice, you know, the dope caller. Phew, caller, oh my God. Oh, you asked me to call, you know, anyway, that's kind of the underlying thoughts, but I said, okie doke, you know, but I prayed, and I said, God, you know what, that's a big job right there, you know I can't get through it. Because I got a real tender heart, and it's kind of tender right now anyway. And you know, so I'll do it. But yeah, please give me strength and give me the words, because I don't know what to say. So I called her, and or I messaged. I didn't blind call her, message her, and told her I'd like to talk to her and ask her if there was a time, etc. And she immediately, you know, sent the number, and I called her. And, you know what, it was sad, and it was, you know, but we didn't linger on that. And, but instead, you know, I really felt like, and I'll just pretty much tell you what I told her. I said, you know, there's not anything that I could imagine that would be much worse. And I said, I've been through a lot, you know, and I understand losing a lot, but I can't even imagine the agony that you're going through right now. And I wish there was something that I could do to help in that regard. And I said, I really can't, you know, no matter what I say, I can't make that hurt diminish any, but I just, you know, I'm hurting with you, you know, I'm real empathetic, and boy, I'm hurting with you, and I have been, you know, since I heard. I said, but I just really want to give you a different perspective, and I want you to think about it a little bit differently. I said, you know, Ronald's had his struggles, you know, and I could tell, you know, he had some health struggles in his pictures and this, that, and other, but he never lost his spirit, and he trusted God, you know, fully, it appeared. And I said, now I want you to think about him the last time you saw him, and just however he was. I don't know what his condition was there. You know, I want you to think about it. You know, I said, get a mental picture of it. Try to get that feeling. I said, I know it hurts, but it's important that you do this. And she said, okay. And I said, now, I want you to picture him with a brand new body. A brand new body. You know, a body that, the one he picks out, you know, the body he's always wanted, a brand new body, all the features, whatever it is. And just imagine by the time he got suited in that new body, and his mind had been renewed of all the crap. Here come his mom and daddy to welcome him home. Can you imagine, what they went through? And then granddaddy and grandma. Oh gosh, all his aunts, uncles had passed. You know what? He even met people, ancestors that he had heard about, So he's all right, don't worry about him. And I said, and then, you know what? Then a little while later, here come his son in there, his new body too, and his new attitude, and his new whole diet, and they doing all this together. So now, what's really sad for you to have to wait here a little while for him, because you going there, And I said, it's really sad. I said, let's try to spend this time maybe learning. We know it's for our own good. We don't understand it, but, nothing happens. God won't use to our own good. I said, so let's try to figure that out. And I said, if I had to guess, I would say, as sweet and as compassionate and tender as you've always been, I would say that you're probably just about the perfect person for God to use to minister to others who are losing children or husbands or those sorts of things. I said, so if you can put your focus on that, and start rejoicing for where they are, I think it'll make a big difference. And, I really believe that conversation was what Brenda needed to hear right then. Now, she needs a whole lot more, and that wasn't a, no turnaround or anything, but, that's just the way God works, and I wanted to share that with you. It was kind of profound with me. And then I want to read something to you. Proverbs chapter 11. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. When pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them. Riches profit not in the day of wrath. In other words, they mean nothing. But righteousness delivereth from death. I don't want to die, do you? No, man. I ain't gonna. I already died. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna die no more. You too, if you never accept it. The righteousness, let me read that again. Sometimes I have a little difficulty pronouncing it if I'm trying to read it slow. I can fly through it if I'm reading it fast. The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. We're observing that. We're only seeing with our eyes the destruction of the wicked. Right now we're seeing the exposure of. But our God is a just God, The righteousness of the upright shall deliver them, but transgressors shall be taken in their own naughtiness. In other words, it's going to backfire. When a wicked man dies, his expectation shall end, and the hope of unjust men perisheth. The righteous is delivered out of trouble, and the wicked cometh in his stead. I want you to listen to this real close now. A hypocrite with his mouth destroys his neighbor, but through knowledge shall the just be delivered. When it goeth well with the righteous, the city rejoiceth. And when the wicked perish, there's shouting. But the blessing of the upright, the city is exalted, but it is overthrown by the mouth of the wicked. That's who we got in charge right now, the wicked. He that is void of wisdom despises his neighbor, but a man of understanding holds his peace. A talebearer revealeth secrets, but he that is of a faithful spirit concealeth the matter. Where no counsel is, the people will fall, but in the multitude of counselors there is safety. We have a counselor, man. We don't need but one. He that is surety for a stranger shall hurt for it, and he that hateth suretyship is sure. That means don't sign for anybody. If you ain't got it to give, don't do it. If you can't afford to give it, don't loan it. Don't give it away. Get out of that habit of loaning. They won't never pay you back. Right now I can start naming them. 200 here, 500 here, 300. They think you forget. And I see the little Christian posts and, oh, how I love Jesus and, this, that, and the other. Well, if you do, why don't you pay what you owe? You know what you owe. Just pay it. Anyway, enough of that. So don't sign for anybody, it says. A gracious woman retaineth honor. Now, how in the world would a woman attain honor? How in the world can you do that and flash your boobies on your story there every 3 minutes and at the same time be talking about Jesus? How is that possible? And strong men retain riches. I wasn't all that strong, was I? Let her take mine, but that's temporary. We'll get that back. The merciful man doeth good to his own soul, but he that is cruel troubleth his own flesh. The wicked, lost my place. It's getting dark. My eyes are not as good as they once were, but I don't have glasses on. The wicked worketh a deceitful work, but to him that soweth righteousness shall be sure reward. That's the part I want. Ain't nothing been sure for me so far, but this is sure. As righteousness tendeth to life, so he that pursueth evil chases it to his own death. Yeah, I'm seeing that happen. Seen a few of them do it. They that are of a froward heart are an abomination to the Lord. Wow. But such as are upright in their way are his delight. That's so rich. I usually speed read and go through, just zoom, take it in. But, some things that you read are so rich. You can't take in but so much and really process it. One of the examples is The Normal Christian Life by Watchman Nee. You can't read that thing straight through and really process it. I almost need to read it a few pages at a time, And another one is my utmost for his highest, Oswald Chambers. They're short, but they need to be short, I wish I could get that much said in that length of time. But I had these things on my heart. I was sad. I've been sad the last few days, to be honest with you. But it says I've been a long time about some things. But I was really sad and kind of had a heavy heart, But I found that reaching out to somebody during a time that I was broken, or feeling broken, that actually ministered to me, and for me to be able to see the strength that God has given this girl, and I'm thankful, and I'm excited to see what her coming days are going to bring, because she has good days ahead, and I believe that because she's following in the footsteps of Jesus. You can do the same thing, and I love you guys. I wish you could just all come eat with me. But bring some food if you do. All right, see you later. God bless you.